Forget kings. The Lion King's true rulers were the lionesses. You all celebrate Simba, but he wouldn't have lasted a day without the lionesses. They were the ones who fought the battles, made the hard choices, and carried the kingdom when kings failed. So, let's settle it once and for all. Who is the most powerful lioness in The Lion King? This top 5 list might surprise you. Starting at number 5, we have a lioness most of you have never heard of, but her power is absolutely undeniable. Meet Imara, the strongest member of Vitani's lion guard. But there's something more interesting about her story. Imara wasn't born in the Pride Lands. She was an outsider and one of Zira's followers. Think about that for a second. This lioness was raised in the harshest conditions imaginable. While other cubs played games, Imara was fighting for scraps of food and learning to battle hyenas. But here's the twist. Imara didn't just join the Lion Guard herself. Vitani specifically chose her because Vitani knew something others didn't. She recognized that raw, brutal strength that comes from surviving in hell itself. Watch closely when Imara challenges that hippo to a pushing contest. Hippos weigh up to 4,000 pounds and have bite forces stronger than crocodiles. Yet Imara doesn't back down. She matches the hippo's power. That's not normal lion strength. There's a theory that Imara represents what Simba could have become if he'd stayed in exile longer. Both were outsiders who had to earn their place. But the difference is that Simba chose the easy path of Hakuna Matata, while Imara chose to face every challenge and become stronger. Her determination is admirable. Being strong isn't enough for her. She has to be the strongest. It's like she's carrying the weight of every outsider who didn't survive, and that pushes her to go farther than anyone thought she could. At number 4, we have Vitani, but not for the reasons you might think. Yes, she's a fierce warrior. Yes, she became the leader of the Lion Guard. But her real power lies in something far more dangerous, in her ability to completely reinvent reality itself. Think about Vitani's journey for a moment. She was Zira's most loyal daughter, trained from birth to hate Simba and everything he represented. She was a weapon pointed at the heart of the Pride Lands. But then something incredible happened. The twist was mind-blowing. Vitani didn't just switch sides alone, she convinced an entire army to do the same. In the middle of a battle, she made both prides stop fighting with just her words. That's more than leadership. But there's a darker theory about Vitani's transformation. What if her change of heart was actually the most brilliant strategic move in Lion King history? Think about it. She went from being a potential enemy to leading the Lion Guard. No one in the series went from outsider to insider faster than her. Some fans believe Vitani saw something others couldn't see. While Zira was obsessed with the past and Simba was haunted by guilt, Vitani was looking at the future. She realized that the real power wasn't in revenge or tradition. It was in unity. Her adaptability is her greatest weapon. While others are rigid in their thinking, Vitani can reshape herself and the world around her. She doesn't just survive change, she becomes the change. Number 3 will make you realize that some power is invisible until you try to break it. Mufasa's queen, Sarabi, survived something that should have destroyed her completely. Imagine your husband is murdered, your son disappears and is presumed dead. Your kingdom collapses under a tyrant's rule. Famine hits and your people are dying. Most would give up at this point, but not Sarabi. That's how terrific Sarabi's power is. She never bowed down. Even when Scar had all the power and was backed by hyenas, she looked him in the eye and refused to surrender. That takes a strength that goes beyond physical power. But there's a theory that explains why Sarabi was truly unstoppable. She wasn't just Mufasa's queen, she was the spiritual heart of the Pride Lands. The other lionesses followed her. Even in the darkest times, she kept the true spirit of the kingdom alive. Watch her confrontation with Scar again. She challenges him publicly and calls out his failures in front of everyone. That's just revolutionary. She was leading a resistance movement right under the tyrant's nose. Sarabi represents something that dictators fear most. Her strength was in her unshakable belief that the darkness wouldn't last forever. She was the actual keeper of hope itself. Wait, let's make this fun. Comment down your personal top 3 lionesses from The Lion King, and let's see how different your list is from mine. At number 2, we have Nala. She's more powerful than any king who ever ruled Pride Rock. She's the one who actually saved the kingdom. Everyone talks about Simba's heroic return, but without Nala, there would be no return. Without Nala, the Pride Lands would have died, and Scar would have won completely. Think about the impossible courage it took for Nala to leave her dying homeland and move into the unknown. She had no guarantee she'd find help. She had no guide or backup plan. She just knew that someone had to try, and she was willing to sacrifice everything for a chance to save her people. But there's a twist that makes Nala truly extraordinary. It wasn't an accident that she found Simba. Some fans believe she was guided by something greater. It was the same force that helped Rafiki find Simba, led Nala to that exact oasis at that exact moment. When she fights alongside Simba against the hyenas, watch carefully. She's basically coordinating the entire battle. She's giving signals to the other lionesses and directing their attacks. That's strategic. So Nala wasn't just Simba's queen, she was his general as well. Her power lies in her ability to see what others cannot. While Simba was lost in guilt and denial, Nala saw the potential for redemption. She's the catalyst that transforms everything she touches. And finally, at number 1, we have the most powerful lioness in Lion King history, Zira. But not for the reasons you might expect. Yes, she's the villain, but her power is absolutely terrifying and undeniably real. What makes Zira the most powerful is the fact that she single-handedly kept an entire ideology alive in the harshest conditions imaginable. She was exiled to the Outlands, which was basically a wasteland where nothing grows and water is scarce. Most would have given up and accepted defeat, but not Zira. She built an army and raised cubs to be warriors. She kept the memory of Scar alive so vividly that her followers were willing to die for a lion they'd never met. That's more than just leadership. The most chilling part is that she nearly won, because her plan was flawless. Get Kovu close to Simba, earn his trust, and then strike when he's vulnerable. It would have worked if not for one thing she couldn't control: love. But there's a theory that explains Zira's true power. She represents the strength of absolute belief. Right or wrong, she never hesitated or compromised. While most characters struggle with identity and purpose, Zira always knew exactly who she was and what she wanted. Even her final moments were self-explanatory. When faced with the choice between accepting help and holding on to her beliefs, she chose her principles. That's terrifying, but it's also the mark of someone whose will could never be broken. Zira's true power was never in her combat skills or her strategic mind. It was in her absolute refusal to give up on her vision, no matter the cost. So, there you have it. The 5 most powerful lionesses from The Lion King. From Imara's unstoppable strength to Zira's unbreakable will, these characters prove that true power comes in many forms. But here's my question for you. Do you agree with this ranking? Which lioness do you think was truly the most powerful? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more theories from your favorite movie.